One chapter of Bible. What about the Jews in New York on welfare having 7 kids? Bro, I literally made a video on it. Like, bro, I knew all you guys would tell me I needed to watch it. I literally made a video on it right away. Yeah. Nice try. You think I avoid uncomfortable topics? Are you crazy? I love uncomfortable topics. I love uncomfortable topics. They're awesome. Do you not know me? Yeah, so that was awesome. Yeah, no. So again, we can make fun of the Hasidic Jews for having a dozen kids on welfare. But their kids aren't whores. They don't watch porn. They believe in God. They don't abort their children. They don't get divorced. They're not on drugs. There's no crime. There's no fraud. So, let's be real for a second. That's pretty crazy. They know how to spell learn. Well, hold up. We don't know if they know how to spell learn. All right, we don't know if it's called the Hasidic Learning Center. We don't know. All right, chill out. All righty. All right, we don't know. All right, come on. Come on, dude. All right. One chapter of Bible. Chapter 33. ISIS is back. Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that later. Jacob meets Esau. Jacob looked up, and there was Esau, coming with his 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and 2 female servants. He put the female servants and their children in front, Leah and her children next, Rachel and Joseph in the rear. He himself went on ahead and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. Because this dude he thought was going to kill him. But Esau ran to meet Jacob and embraced him. He threw his arms around his neck and kissed him, and they wept. All right, he ended up giving him a hug and kiss instead of actually murdering him, which is definitely nice. And it's all because of 2 things. On a physical level, it's because in the previous chapter, he sent him all sorts of gifts, all sorts of awesome gifts, and he basically convinced him to be a good guy. On a spiritual level, he defeated an angel in single combat in the previous chapter, and that angel was basically the metaphysical manifestation of this threat. So once you defeat the spiritual side of the threat, the physical side of the threat just kind of dissipates, which is pretty awesome. So that was a previous chapter. Is that how you pronounce Esau? I thought it was Esau. I don't know, man. I don't know. I pronounce it. This is my first time reading it in English. I usually read this in Hebrew. Then Esau looked up and saw the women and children. Who are these with you, he asked. Jacob answered, they are the children God has graciously given your servant. Then the female servants and their children approached and bowed down. Next, Leah and her children came and bowed down. Last of all came Joseph and Rachel. They too bowed down. Pretty awesome. Esau said, what's the meaning of all these flocks and herds I met? To find favor in your eyes, my lord, he said. But Esau said, I already have plenty, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. No, please, said Jacob. If I have found favor in your eyes, accept this gift from me. For you see your face is like seeing the face of God. Now you have received me favorably. This is such a good pun, it's crazy, by the way. All right, this is an incredibly good line. So, seeing you is like seeing the face of God is because in the previous chapter, he literally, quote unquote, wrestled with the divine, and that divine was the divine form of Esau, like the spiritual manifestation of his enemies. So so that's just so sick. Seeing you is like seeing the face of God. Yeah, I just beat up your angel, right? Like it's incredible. Please accept the present that was brought to you, for God has been gracious to me, and I have all I need. And because Jacob insisted, Esau accepted it. Pretty awesome. And Esau said, let us be on your way. I'll accompany you. And Jacob said to him, my lord knows that that the children are tender. I must care for the ewes and the cows that are nursing their young. If they are driven too hard in one day, all the animals will die. So let my lord go ahead of his servant, while I move along slowly with the pace of the flocks and the herds before me, and the pace of the children, until I come to my lord in Seir. Esau said, then let me leave some of my men with you. But why do that? Jacob asked. Let me find favor in their eyes, my lord. So that day, this is incredible. Esau started his way back to Seir. Jacob, however, went to Succoth, where he built a place for himself, made in the shelters for his livestock. This is why they called it Succoth. That's pretty sick. He made this whole deal with him. He's like, yo, we'll meet up over there. Meanwhile, he doesn't want to end up meeting him up over there because, that guy could kill him. That guy could kill him. So he decided to go somewhere else and kind of fool him. After Jacob came from Padan Aram, he arrived safely in the city of Shechem in Canaan and camped within the city that night. For 100 pieces of silver, he bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, the plot of ground and pitched his tent. Oh my God, purchasing land purchases is biblical. Buying real estate is biblical? You mean that you're supposed to own your land and not just expect the government to own everything? Wow. There he set up an altar and called it El Elohei Yisrael, which is literally Hebrew for God, the God of Israel. Very awesome. Good stuff. All right, that was a pretty short chapter. To be continued. All right. That was pretty short. How do you pronounce Eve's name in Hebrew? Eve in Hebrew is Chava. All righty. And they say Jesus would be a communist. Bro, my favorite thing is watching heathens, okay? Tell you, well, actually, this is how you actually have to... Yeah. Did you see the clip of the woman on the news saying that the job of the government is redistribute wealth? Yeah, the job of the government is to prevent people from killing each other. That's basically the job of the government.